7 years later, this 90-day franchise star still hasn't found their footing. 90 Day Fiancé's lineup of cast members ranges far and wide, but while some have been able to figure out their place in the franchise, others have struggled to find their footing like this one star. As turbulent relationships and genuine love connections form throughout the various 90-day shows, the franchise has brought a whole new meaning to reality TV relationships. 90 Day Fiancé's lineup of cast members ranges far and wide, but while some have been able to figure out their place in the franchise, others have struggled to find their footing like this one star. As turbulent relationships and genuine love connections form throughout the various 90-day shows, the franchise has brought a whole new meaning to reality TV relationships. As viewers get ready for different spin-offs and consistent chaos from the 90-day stars each season, there are some who have coupled up and stayed in the community with their partners, and others who have found themselves single time after time. One 90 Day Fiancé star has had a tough time holding their ground moving from show to show. Colt Johnson's had a rough 90-day journey as a 7-year veteran within the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Colt Johnson's been a presence within the franchise for nearly a decade. In his early days within the franchise, Colt's often difficult relationship with Larissa Lima was something viewers enjoyed watching on screen. While the pair were hopeful about making their connection work, it was difficult to get around their differences. Between tension with Larissa and difficulty in his relationship because of his mother, Debbie, it was a tough journey to watch the pair navigate their difficult relationship. Colt's first impression from 90 Day Fiancé fans wasn't great, and it was a struggle to see him move forward, even after the relationship deteriorated. Viewers often felt Colt was overproduced on screen, which made him seem inauthentic. Colt's appearance on Hunt for Love left viewers struggling. While Colt has appeared on several iterations of 90-day shows, his time on his most recent series, Hunt for Love, was tough for viewers to wrap their heads around at times. Looking for love with other 90-day stars, Colt struggled, but connected with Courtney Reardon's. Even so, Colt felt off balance and out of sorts on the show, sometimes in ways that viewers couldn't get past. Colt and Courtney's corny romance was sweet, at times, but Colt's overproduction ran rampant on Hunt for Love, which made it difficult for viewers to feel like they could get behind his appearance on the series. Regardless of viewers' perception, Colt did find love on the series, but it may have come at the cost of his perception from the fanbase. Colt may be ready for a new adventure with Courtney Reardon's. Although 7 years in the 90-day pool has finally afforded Colt love with Courtney, it could be possible that it's time for his tenure within the franchise to come to an end. Exploring a world outside of reality TV, even for some time, could afford Colt a whole new perception within the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, which would be great for the future. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, is back. 5 major revelations I can't wait to see in Season 9, 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 features 8 couples who may reveal shocking secrets in upcoming episodes. The network has consistently produced interesting spin-offs for its popular reality TV series, but 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? May be the most dramatic of all. The spin-off centers on the couple's lives after marriage, which is why fans like me enjoy watching the intense arguments that unfold. The producer's ability to create drama also earns my respect, as I think I've witnessed more emotional breakdowns in the past 8 seasons of this spin-off compared to 31 seasons of Maury. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 looks just as chaotic as previous seasons, featuring cast members like Loren and Alexei Brovarnik, who have been a part of the franchise since. The new season also includes Brandon Gibbs and Julia Trubkina, Adnan Abdel-Fattah and Tiger Lily Taylor, Kara and Guillermo Royer, Jovi Dufresne and Yara Zaya, Elizabeth Pothast and Andre Castrovet, Darcy Silva and Georgie Rusev. In my opinion, the most shocking couple is Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda, who reportedly split months ago. There are also rumors that Gino is already filming a new season without Jasmine. What caused Jasmine and Gino's open marriage to fail? What sparked Jasmine and Gino's last argument? I'm looking forward to a few reveals in 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Season 9, but the most important one for me is finding out the reason behind Jasmine and Gino's split. As I remember, the two decided to explore ethical non-monogamy in an attempt to save their marriage. They agreed to date other people, and this eventually led Jasmine to become pregnant with her gym buddy, Matt Brownies. I know Jasmine and Gino are no longer together. However, I'm curious to know what caused their marriage to fail and who initiated the final breakup. Did Darcy finally leave Georgie? Darcy and Georgie have always had a turbulent relationship over the years. I've seen enough of Darcy's meltdowns to realize that she wouldn't last with Georgie. Additionally, her focus on spending time with Stacey Silva and Florian Sukic on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2 only increased my suspicion that her marriage might not succeed. Now, the question is, has she finally left Georgie? I believe the new season will provide us with the answer to the future of Darcy and Georgie. I'm excited to see if the rumors of Darcy's separation from Georgie are true, as most of her social media posts suggest that she is single. Did therapy help Brandon and Julia? Are Brandon and Julia ready to have a baby? Brandon and Julia are the quintessential duo in 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9. They are inseparable yet plagued by many challenges that question the very essence of their relationship. Brandon and Julia were happy when they left 90 Day, The Last Resort, where they seemingly ironed out all their differences, including their disagreement over starting a family. Julia agreed to consult a doctor to discuss the baby situation, while Brandon promised to bring Julia's parents to America. It leaves me wondering why the couple has returned to the franchise despite appearing to have resolved their issues. Tigrelily regretting her marriage to Adnan. Tigrelily and Adnan's relationship might not be as strong as it seems. Cesar Garcia. Tigrelily and Adnan have only been part of the franchise for a year, yet they've been involved in more dramatic moments than Angela Deem during Tell-Alls. The two tied the knot after just 4 months of dating, showing that love can be blind. They also made fun of other cast members during Tell-All in an attempt to show that their relationship was more real than others. Then, a social media controversy arose when Tigrelily deleted her pictures with Adnan, only to repost them later and then delete them again. Most recently, I noticed that Tigrelily had reposted photos of herself with Adnan, causing me to wonder what was happening between them. I would really want to know if they have a stable marriage. Loren and Alexei Brovarnik's future plans for a baby. Loren and Alexei share a strong compatibility. I never expected to see Loren and Alexei return to the franchise again, especially given the amount of screen time they have already had in comparison to the other cast members. Despite this, they have returned, leaving me to wonder if they are finally living happily ever after with their 3 children. As an optimist, I believe Loren and Alexei genuinely have a compelling story to share this time around. Fans may want to see if they are still arguing about Lauren's mommy makeover. The couple could also potentially discuss their plans for expanding their family, a topic they have discussed previously. I just hope they don't revisit their move to Israel in 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9.90 Day Fiancé. I'm convinced Jasmine Pineda is not done with Gino Palazzolo financially. Is Gino obligated to support Jasmine after her new baby with Matt Brownies? I'm convinced 90 Day Fiancé alum Jasmine Pineda is not done with her estranged husband, Gino Palazzolo financially, even after she had a baby with another man. Jasmine and Gino entered the 90 Day Fiancé franchise in Before the 90 Days Season 5. The pair met on a sugar baby website, although they lied about that originally. They virtually connected in the COVID-19 era, and then once restrictions were lifted, Michigan native Gino flew to Jasmine's native Panama to meet her for the first time in person. While they had a spark, conflict is what they had more of. Gino proposed to Jasmine in Before the 90 Days Season 6, and then Jasmine came to America on the K-1 visa in 90 Day Fiancé Season 10. Jasmine and Gino got married in June 2023 despite the many relationship issues and red flags they had. It became even more apparent to me that their marriage was a mistake when they became cast members on 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, after not being able to overcome their problems. After therapy, I was shocked by the turn of events on Jasmine's end, and I'm worried it's all at Gino's expense. Jasmine had a baby with another man. Jasmine and Gino are still married. During The Last Resort, therapist Reba Corinne Thomas suggested to Jasmine the idea of an open marriage with Gino. Being ethically non-monogamous herself, Reba thought Jasmine could be empowered and that it could strengthen her and Gino's relationship. However, I found the open marriage notion to be incredibly damaging. Jasmine is known to be volatile and manipulative, and I think both of those qualities about her were on display when she brought the open marriage concept up to Gino. Jasmine had already formed a more than friendly connection with a man named Matt Brownies, whom Jasmine met at the gym. Behind Gino's back, Jasmine called Matt with her cast mates Stacey Silva and Julia Trubkina, where she was extremely flirtatious and giddy. I was appalled by how Jasmine was acting with Matt, given that she was married. In any case, when Jasmine brought up the open marriage concept to Gino, he saw it as cheating and was hurt that Jasmine already had someone in mind. What bothered me the most about how Jasmine got Gino to agree to the open marriage was that she gave Gino an ultimatum to either accept it or break up. Faced with that, and wanting peace, Gino relented, and he and Jasmine recommitted to each other during the final therapy ceremony. I saw red flags everywhere in the dynamic change, and I was right. Jasmine showed up to the last resort tell-all pregnant with Matt's baby. She was boastful, proud, and unapologetic. I know Gino wanted to have a baby with Jasmine, but she did everything from take birth control behind Gino's back to lamenting about how she was scared of being pregnant again. So for her to show up to the tell-all pregnant really solidified how toxic of a person she is. Jasmine and Gino are still married, and she clearly broke the rules she and Gino set in place regarding the open marriage, so I feel she essentially cheated. What's worse, I see that Gino is still on the hook for Jasmine financially, and he may have to support her and her new baby with Matt despite their estrangement. Does Gino still financially support Jasmine? Jasmine is taking Gino to court now that Gino and Jasmine are still married and Jasmine has a baby with another man. I think it begs the question of what Gino is obligated to do for Jasmine financially. Since Gino is the sponsor of Jasmine's K-1 visa, he is financially responsible for Jasmine for the next 10 years, even if they get a divorce. Regarding Jasmine's new baby, Matilda, Gino is not financially responsible for the child, since he is not the father. How the financial details are currently arranged I'm not sure of because neither has spoken about it, but what I do know is that Jasmine was fully financially supported by Gino since they met in. Gino paid for her luxury Panama apartment, funded her cosmetic surgeries, and provided everything for her in America. I'm not sure whether Matt is financially supporting Jasmine now either, although he is a mechanic and an actor. Recently, Jasmine claimed that Gino brought Jasmine to America so she could be his money maker. I don't have to prove anything, I'll prove it in court. Jasmine mentioning seeing Gino in court drives home to me that Jasmine is not done using Gino financially. I think she will endeavor to carve out a financial arrangement whereby Gino gives her money despite her toxic behavior and current circumstances. However, nothing is official regarding a court date, and it's unknown what Gino and Jasmine's current, if any, financial arrangement is. But if I know anything about Jasmine, a former sugar baby, it's that she will manipulate her way into the best possible outcome for herself. Does Jasmine work? Jasmine's had her green card for more than a year. Jasmine has been in America for over 2 years now, and she's had her green card for more than a year. This means Jasmine can work legally in America and provide for herself. Jasmine is a former teacher, but in America, she has been relying on Cameo, OnlyFans, and her vegan protein brand. She also does social media influencing and content creation in addition to her appearances and pay in the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. Now that Jasmine is a new mom, I haven't noticed her talking about her personal income or whether she's working at all. Is Gino still trying to bring Jasmine's kids to America? Gino omitted them from the original application. Jasmine has 2 children she left behind in Panama. She was allegedly under the impression that Gino had put them on the K-1 visa, but Gino had not. This meant that new applications would have to be started for Jasmine's kids, and Gino said he would do it. That seems to have come to a halt along with their 90-Day Fiancé marriage. Jasmine has stated she is still trying to bring her kids to America and that she would go back to Panama if she couldn't make it happen. I don't think Jasmine's kids are Gino's responsibility anymore, and there's no word on whether he's still planning on footing the bill to bring them to the US after watching the 90-Day Fiancé, the last resort tell-all. I'm firmly team Jasmine. She took accountability amid crumbling marriage and shocking pregnancy. I had low expectations for Jasmine Pineda going into the 90-Day, the last resort tell-all, but after the epic 5-part reunion, I found myself taking her side amid her messy split from Gino Palazzolo. After Jasmine moved from Panama to Michigan to marry Gino, her life began to fall apart. She'd left her 2 sons behind in Panama, and on top of her heartbreak, Gino refused to be intimate with her. While Jasmine longed for a physical connection, Gino insisted he couldn't get over the way Jasmine treated him, leaving them trapped in a hopeless spiral. Suspicions arose early in 90-Day, the last resort season 2 when Jasmine started mentioning her friend, Matt Branasterianu. She ultimately asked Gino for an open marriage, and it was unsurprising when she suggested Matt as her partner. The whole scheme felt orchestrated as a way for Jasmine to be with Matt, which was seemingly confirmed when, as the season was still airing, Jasmine announced she was pregnant with Matt's baby. Going into the tell-all, I wondered how Jasmine could defend herself. However, her explanation made complete sense, and it left me rooting for her. Jasmine admitted having an open marriage was the biggest mistake ever. Her marriage was already broken during the 90-day, the last resort tell-all. Jasmine won me over when she tearfully acknowledged she never should have asked for an open marriage. She wished she had left her marriage earlier instead of trying to fix something that was already irreparably broken. Through tears, Jasmine explained, "Therapy cannot fix everything, and my marriage was done." Jasmine owned up to her mistakes, admitting she wasn't a perfect wife. And unlike Gino, she refused to blame the last resort therapists for steering her in the direction of an open marriage. While Reba Thomas had encouraged Jasmine by sharing her own experience with polyamory, they both agreed that it can only be successful in a healthy relationship. Jasmine took full accountability for the choices she made, and her emotional state made it clear that her push for an open marriage was a last-ditch effort to salvage her relationship with Gino. Jasmine isn't jumping into a relationship with Matt. She denied leaving Gino for him when Jasmine announced her pregnancy with Matt. I assumed she had left Gino for him. However, Jasmine clarified that she and Gino broke up immediately after filming The Last Resort, and she didn't get pregnant until months later. At that point, she no longer had any responsibility to Gino, and she had every right to move on with somebody else. While Matt confessed his love for Jasmine, she was unsure about her feelings, claiming that after her experience with Gino, she didn't even know what love is anymore. Surprisingly, Jasmine and Matt are not in an official relationship despite her impending divorce and a baby on the way. While Matt confessed his love for Jasmine, she was unsure about her feelings, claiming that after her experience with Gino, she didn't even know what love is anymore. She seemed afraid to enter another serious relationship, even with the father of her child. My heart broke for Jasmine, who was devastated by the way her attempt to save her marriage had failed so disastrously. Jasmine still has feelings for Gino. She wished she was having a baby with him instead of Matt. The most convincing part of Jasmine's tell-all appearance was the respect she maintained for Gino. While Gino hurled insults at both Jasmine and Matt, she said she could never hate somebody she'd once loved so much. I appreciated that she wasn't trying to rewrite history and erase what they'd once had. Jasmine even said in tears that she wished Gino were the father of her baby. This proved to me she never intended for her open marriage to end the way it did. Jasmine and Gino's marriage may have been over long before 90-day, the last resort, but it was clear to me that she wanted more than anything to fix things, and the open marriage suggestion was her last desperate attempt.